Hello again, everyone. Another message from a PayPal contribution. Remember, a contribution of any amount to the link in the description, the PayPal link in the description box. If you want your story made into a video, you go right to the top of the list. Hi, Ollie. I've watched your channel for over a year now. Love your insight and perspective on the whole narcissism epidemic we're under. I'm a 47-year-old dyke that has finally convinced my mom and Sibs that our sperm donor is a malignant narcissist. We all live together, and none of us have been married or had kids. We were all CPTSD. I'm the only one that has sought outside help for this. It's been a monumental solo effort to get everyone to understand our father is abusing us well into adulthood. Our narc father told me and my sister at a very young age that we were never going to win a beauty contest and that we should never have kids, and I don't want to be a grandpa. I took this to heart because you didn't cross my dad. You know, I've heard a few stories like this where fathers and mothers basically, I don't want to say they sabotaged, your looks. They sabotage how you feel about yourself. I've spoken to several people who actually, and they're all lesbians, who said, I'm not sure if I am a lesbian or I'm a lesbian because of what my father did to me. It's like it has effects on you for the rest of your life. Something my wife dealt with her father. So I do understand, constantly being screwed, because that'll screw with your head. Constantly being told like not to have kids, not to, you're ugly. And it really does screw with your head. He left us destitute when I was 16. He pressured my mom into having the same divorce lawyer and financially raped her. He drained my bank account and handed it over to me 2 years premature. He was the executor of a small estate I inherited at 13. He drained my bank account at 18, then 20. At 22, he called us without a greeting, asked how much I had in the bank. It was then I realized I will never have anything if I keep giving it to him. Know that he was skilled trades at GM. I worked in an ice cream shop, to give you a frame of reference. GM, General Motors. Well, that does explain a little where he worked. Him being in that union. The auto trades union was probably one of the most greedy, selfish unions that in this country. And look what's happened in Detroit to the auto market. Most of that is because of the auto worker unions. Terrible, just terrible. And that's not every person, because I do know people in believe it or not, who worked for the auto worker unions who hated them, who basically saw it the way I did. But your father is definitely the type of personality that would gravitate towards a union job. And I would wonder as well if the divorce lawyer he handled, he obtained through the auto workers union, because I think that's part of their benefits is, legal aid, discounted lawyer benefits. So he probably manipulated it all through his auto workers union, and that also feeds into his entitlement, And this isn't every union worker I'm talking about, because there are union workers who, don't agree with the way the unions run, what a lot of the tactics the unions, give. But, your typical union worker, especially, it's about not what they have to do for their job, what they don't have to do, but what you have to give them not to do it. So that was my little union rant. My dad always let me know I am last. And I understand that feeling wholeheartedly. that literally everyone on earth comes before me. I came out at 36 and I have been in 3 serious relationships, all narcs. The last one, a black widow who hid behind her religion and on the brink of becoming physically violent. This is my second Thanksgiving without seeing my father. I am no contact for over a year. My brother is going no contact too. My sister wants to see him to the end. I say good luck, you'll need it. And I would ask her why. What's your sister's motivation in seeing it to the end? Was she the golden child? Maybe. Or maybe she thinks that there's some money to be had, because I don't know, you would have to better answer that than I would. I'm trying to assimilate the broken pieces and keep us afloat. I got us all out of painful poverty and never looked back. I'm not sure why I'm having such a difficult time with this. I still have heavy guilt and shame and a belief system that says I'm worthless and should be poor. That's all your father in your head. That is all your father in your head. Why should you be? Because your father told you that as a child and made you believe it? Why should anybody be worthless and why should they be poor? Why? I know it's not a rational thought. I mean, I have the same ones. I have the exact same thoughts. They're not rational, and I know they're not rational. And I know for everybody else, that rule should apply, just not for me, and just not for you, in your mind. But I can't rationalize to why, and there is no good reason why, because there is no good reason why, because it's bullshit. Thanks for your input. I know this is really a hot mess. No one knows why we are still all together, even my mom's family. They just think we're undateable and weird. Well, I mean, I'm sure your family's got to be pretty chaotic, with all this going on and such an abusive jerk as a father. I'm the only one with a balanced life. I have friends and go out regularly. No drugs, occasionally have a drink. Thanks again, Lisa G. And there you go. At the end, you're trying to validate your behavior. Or look, even if you were on drugs and drinking heavily, it'd be understandable as to why. You have to stop trying to make excuses for yourself, and a lot of us do, and try to validate ourselves as good people. We don't have to, because the only reason we think we're bad is because we were abused. You can't come up with a good reason of why you should be broke and poor and alone or this or that. There is no good rational reason why. And you know it, but in your mind you just said, well, just because you should be. Because that's the level of abuse that was doled out. That's what the narcissist wants you to believe. And like even lesbians, and even I have a lot of gay men subscribers. I have a lot of lesbian subscribers. They have the same problems as straight people do with narcissistic partners. Same problems, because whether you're gay or straight or whatever, you're still going to be drawn to a personality type. Now, whether that personality type is straight or gay doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what you are. So it's a lot to take in. It's a lot, there's just so many levels of all of this. And to me, narcissistic abuse is the root cause of so many abuse issues that go on within whether you want to call it therapeutic world, therapy world, psychological world. They treat the symptoms, they treat the after effects, but they don't get to the root cause of what's causing the behavior. The behavior is narcissism, plain and simple, plain and simple. And your father is just an ever entitled narcissist. He's just entitled to everything, entitled to everything. That's where he worked. He was entitled to everything, you know. With a group that would defend him, you know, where he basically couldn't get fired, and, you know, basically a political action group that would defend you to the hill. And that's what your father needed to survive. So when he comes home and he doesn't have that, he gets angry, he gets violent, you know. What do you mean I can't take your money? It's my money. It's all mine. So thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your message. I hope this video helped. To everyone else who's watching, please leave your comments down below. And again, if you enjoyed this channel, please consider making a contribution to the PayPal link in the description box. And if you make a contribution of any amount, I will immediately make a video if you want your story put on my channel. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again shortly. Bye.